Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we cover all the biggest celebrity stories the moment they break. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about celebrity confessions to come out of the entertainment world recently. Kelly Ripa, co-host of the massively popular morning show Live with Kelly and Mark, has opened up in a way that is both refreshingly honest and wildly entertaining about a cosmetic procedure she tried during what she herself called a moment of desperation. This story is trending hard right now, and for good reason. In an age where celebrities are increasingly expected to either pretend they woke up looking flawless or carefully curate every beauty admission they make, Kelly went ahead and threw all of that out the window. The internet is buzzing, fans are reacting, and beauty and entertainment outlets everywhere are picking up this story. Let's get into exactly what happened, what she said, and why it has everyone talking. To truly appreciate why this confession is hitting so differently, you have to understand who Kelly Ripa is and what she represents in the cultural landscape of American entertainment. Kelly has been a household name since her days playing Haley Vaughn on the iconic soap opera All My Children back in the early 90s. She stepped into the daytime talk show world when she joined Regis Philbin on Live with Regis and Kelly in 2001, and the rest, as they say, is history. She has been the backbone of that show through multiple co-host transitions, from Regis to Michael Strahan to Ryan Seacrest, and now to her own husband, Mark Consuelos. And through all of it, she has remained one of the most consistent, magnetic presences in daytime television. But here's the thing about Kelly Ripa that makes this story so fascinating. She exists in this very specific and fascinating space in celebrity culture. She is simultaneously someone who is extremely polished, professionally glamorous, and always camera ready, while also being remarkably candid and down-to-earth about the realities of life, aging, and the pressures that come with being a woman in the public eye. She has talked openly about fitness, about relationships, about the challenges of aging in an industry that can be brutally unforgiving to women over a certain age. She has never pretended that looking the way she does requires zero effort. And that honesty is a huge part of why her fans are so fiercely devoted to her. Kelly is also 54 years old, and she looks extraordinary. That fact alone means she is constantly fielding questions and speculation about what her beauty and wellness routine looks like. She has addressed cosmetic procedures in the past with varying degrees of detail, always managing to do so in a way that feels genuine rather than rehearsed. So when she drops a new revelation about something she tried in a moment of desperation, people pay attention. Because Kelly Ripa talking about beauty isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a window into the very real, very human experience of navigating aging under an enormous public microscope. So what exactly did Kelly Ripa reveal? During a recent candid conversation, the kind Kelly has become famous for, where she just opens up with a level of specificity and humor that most celebrities carefully avoid, Kelly disclosed that she had tried a cosmetic procedure involving her hair and scalp that she described in no uncertain terms as an act of desperation. She revealed that she underwent a procedure related to hair loss treatment, specifically a platelet-rich plasma treatment, more commonly known as PRP therapy for the scalp. For those unfamiliar, PRP therapy involves drawing a patient's own blood, spinning it in a centrifuge to isolate the platelet-rich plasma, and then injecting that concentrated plasma directly into the scalp with the goal of stimulating hair follicles and encouraging regrowth. It sounds intense because it is. It is not a casual beauty appointment. It involves needles, it involves your own blood being re-injected into your head, and it is not exactly a comfortable process. And Kelly, with her characteristic combination of humor and raw honesty, described the experience of turning to this procedure as coming from a place of genuine desperation about her hair. She was candid about the fact that hair thinning and hair changes were something she experienced and that it genuinely bothered her. This is significant because hair loss in women is one of those topics that still carries an enormous amount of stigma and silence around it. Women are not supposed to talk about losing their hair. It's treated as something shameful or something to be hidden, and the result is that millions of women who experience it feel profoundly alone. Kelly essentially walked up to that silence and dismantled it in real time by saying, "Yes, this happened to me. Yes, it bothered me enough that I tried a medical cosmetic procedure to address it, and here is what that looked like." She described the PRP process in detail, the blood draw, the centrifuge, the injections into the scalp, and her description was equal parts informative and comedically self-aware. She used the word desperate not as a term of self-pity, but almost as a badge of relatability. Like, "Look, I was at a point where I was willing to have my own blood injected into my head. That's how much this mattered to me." And that level of honesty, that is genuinely rare in celebrity culture. Kelly also addressed the results, noting that she did feel the procedure made a difference for her, while also being clear that results can vary and it's not a magic solution. She was not selling anything. She was just telling her truth, which somehow makes it all the more compelling. The conversation also touched on the broader topic of how she approaches aging and the pressures she feels and pushes back against as a woman in her 50s who is on camera every single morning. Kelly has been consistent over the years in refusing to pretend that aging is invisible or that the pressures of looking a certain way in her industry don't exist. She acknowledges them, she navigates them on her own terms, and she talks about them with a frankness that her audience finds deeply refreshing. The reaction to Kelly's revelation has been swift and overwhelmingly positive. Social media lit up almost immediately after the story started circulating, with fans flooding comment sections and platforms with messages of appreciation for her honesty. The phrase "Kelly Ripa is so real for this" became something of a recurring theme across Twitter and Instagram threads, with women of all ages sharing their own experiences with hair thinning and expressing gratitude that someone with Kelly's platform was willing to talk about it openly. Several beauty and wellness publications jumped on the story as well, many using it as a springboard to discuss PRP therapy more broadly. What it is, how it works, what the research says about its effectiveness, and what people considering it should know. In a way, Kelly's candor turned into something genuinely educational, which is a testament to how she delivers these kinds of revelations. She's not just generating gossip, she's starting conversations that matter to real people. Entertainment media, predictably, covered the story widely. Outlets praised her for the kind of transparency that cuts through the carefully managed perfection that defines so much of celebrity beauty discourse. There's also a notable warmth in how fans responded to the specific detail of her describing herself as desperate, because that word, in context, felt deeply human and deeply relatable, and it stripped away any sense of celebrity distance in a way that clearly resonated with her audience. Kelly Ripa's revelation matters beyond the headline for several important reasons. First and most obviously, she is using her considerable platform to destigmatize a conversation about women and hair loss that is long overdue. Hair thinning affects a staggering number of women, particularly as they move through perimenopause and menopause, and it remains one of the least openly discussed aspects of women's aging experiences.